Have I ever told you about the time that I got 3 paper cuts in one day?
I don't know.
Oh, well, you're in for a treat, a real treat. Get this. First, I'm at work, and then I pick up the stapler to just, staple some documents together, and whoop! Number 1! Oh, boy. Later, get this. I'm sitting there at my desk, and this office assistant comes up to me, and she's like, here's those papers that you wanted, and she holds on to the papers too long, and guess what? Number 2, right there.
Cool.
Now, number 3 happened while I was in the bathroom, and where I don't want to get into too many details, let's just say I do some of my best office work when I'm in a smaller type of cubicle. By the way, that reminds me of this time that I was eating peppermint bonbon ice cream, and I noticed that the ice cream was the same color as the wallpaper that I had purchased back in 1989. And this coincidence was just uncanny, the way that they matched. I held it up right next to each other, and sure enough, perfect match. You should really come with me sometime to the hardware store, and I'll show you all the different kinds of colors that they have. They have all sorts of assortments and colors you can choose from. Maybe we could paint your bathroom together sometime. Or I could just show you what kind of colors that they have. Then you could pick them up for yourself. Or we could bring a friend along, too.
Yep.
Then they can help us pick, too.
Have you ever come across a person like this? Someone who talks way too much, or way too much about themselves, or just a whole lot about stuff that you don't care about? I think we all have. I like to call it conversation domination. And these are usually the kind of people that other people try to avoid. And if you don't want to be one of those people, here's my top 3 tips. First tip, it sounds pretty simple, but try to keep the conversation 50-50. If you notice that you're talking a bit more than the other person, remember to let them also have a chance to talk and give you feedback about what you're talking about. Everybody wants to give at least a little bit of input. Once you creep up into that 50, 60, 70% range, you're really starting to annoy the other person. 70 to 80%, you're starting to insult the other person. And if you're one of those 90% people, it's panic mode for the other person. They will do just about anything to get away from you. You're going to make yourself a social pariah. That's not what you want. So really, remember to let the other person talk just as much as you're talking. That's going to help you tremendously. Number 2, talk about things that you're both interested in. If you really love Star Wars and the person you're talking to doesn't care at all about Star Wars, guess what? They want to hear pretty much nothing about Star Wars because they don't care about it. Unless they ask you, I wouldn't bring it up at all. So try to find things that you both have in common, things that you're both interested in, experiences that you have both had. You're going to interest the other person a lot more with things that they like or things that they've experienced than just talking their ear off about something that they really don't care for. My third tip, ask questions about the other person. Most people are pretty open and like to talk about themselves, so just ask them, hey, what are you passionate about? What are some of your hobbies? Or ask them about something that you know they're probably interested in. For instance, if they have like a sports team on their shirt, or like a piece of jewelry with someone's picture on it or something like that, ask them about it. They probably are pretty open to talking about it, and that'll help you get to know them better and get a solid conversation going. So the 3 easy tips that'll take you a long way in your social skills and your conversation skills. I think if everybody used those, we'd be a lot better off. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.